Greetings, Keechlings. Keech Prime here with my live reaction of Kingdom, Chapter 864. Alright, so we've got this cover art. The Kin army fully assembled. Okay, so they're all there. Wait, I didn't know his armor was red. Interesting. Okay, Kin. Offense and defense. Okay, so basically the bow god has died. It definitely seems that way. Like, he got pierced through the shoulder. I obviously didn't seem to be like a fatal shot, but still, it looks like he's probably going to die. Everyone's like, what? Oh, his son sensed him dying. A battle against the Timbos with. Is it zoomed in all the way? Nope, it is not. A battle with the Timbos. With his life on the line, Jin's ultimate arrow arrives to pierce Seikon. Okay, so Seikon's like, oh yeah, it went right through his neck. Okay, yeah, he did. I forgot about the neck. So Jin over there like, oh my god, did I just kill this man? And Shin's like, you make me proud, guy. Zhao's archer Seikon, first of the 10 bows, has fallen to the Haishin units. Shojin. Jin, yes? What? 10 bows, Shojin. 10 bows, Shojin. Whoa! Koroten, these cheers, they're for Jin. I can hear them, even his name. He won. Jin, well done. With this, Jin really won against the first of the 10 bows. Jin won. Whoa! The Haishin unit now has one of the 10 bows. Yeah, that was a little unexpected. The Zhao army has lost its strongest archer. The flow is entirely in our favor now. Push them all back in one go. Huh. Yeah, this is the morale boost from hell for Zhao. Thanks to Shin's concerted efforts to surround or to spread word of Seikon and Jin's duel across, or Jin's duel. No, it is Gin. Jin. Why can't I get this name right? Across the battlefield, Jin's victory spread in the blink of an eye. The Haishin unit rode that momentum and began pushing the Zhao army back. The Korei army has been eradicated. The first wave is crumbling. Shit. Our left wing has been cut in two, and our center is retreating. Okay, so. Oh, Tan. So is he finally going to get some medical treatment, goddammit? People are coming up to him. Report. Khan-sama has been shot down as suspected. Those were the enemy's cheers. Revoku-sama? Unbelievable. Seikon, did you really fall so soon? Didn't you tell me you had to show... or I had to show you the path? And the one to fell him was the Haishin unit, yet again. It's regrettable. But Great General Yotanwa's defeat earlier on is still a great boon to us. Yes, that's true. That's right. He even took down Yotanwa, but they still stopped him. How troublesome, or rather I can't call them that anymore. With the Ken army, they're already a more formidable force. And then the others with compatible strength, the Gakuka, the Gyokuko, or the Gyokuho, bah. And they're each already a match for the 6 great generals. Yeah, put respect on the names. And even Kyokai's there. You didn't mention her, you ass. The levels to the Ken army, this has become all too serious, and thinking of the first 3 No, he's the first, and then To was the second. Yeah, but three more of the six generals, six great generals. Uh, if we're not able to put them away entirely in this battle, in the future, the Ken army's tyranny will be all but unstoppable. This truly is a decisive battle. We will shatter the Ken, and with their king's path to martial unification, or along with that. Say Khan, your defeat of Yotanwa shall not be in vain, I swear it. We shall go to Fute's headquarters and turn back the tides of the battle. Yes, sir, let's go. First day of the great Kinzhou War saw the battlefields developed as follows. In the south, the Yotanwa army, absent their great general, was greatly pushed back. Furthermore, Moten and the Yakuka, despite seemingly being in a superior position, were at a stalemate. However, after defeating Seikon, and the Haishin unit was able to ride that momentum and push the Zhao army back. We see where Shin's armies were pushing them back. Then we got the main battlefield here. We got Kyokai fighting essentially what would be an interesting outcome regardless. We got Moten at the stalemate and Yotanwa's army being pushed back. The fall of the Yotanwa army was offset by the advance of the Haishin unit. From an analytical standpoint, the Ken and Zhao were equal in offense and defense. Title drop. In other words, which side would take the advantage on the first day came down to the armies of the north. And the fighting just north of the Haishin unit was the 60,000 strong Rokuomi army. Yeah, Roku. He here. He's like, fuck you folks. Rokuomi, you're the leader of this whole army. You're out too far. Get back to HQ. I'm barely out at all. Yeah, you tell him, Rokuomi. You tell him you're out. And it's like, I will fight or I will die. And not in a tent. Report. The Ryokoku army is struggling beyond those mountains to the right. Report. The Kano army is collapsing. Past those mountains on the left. Huh? What? Report, our first wave is in dire straits at the front. The second wave has already moved forward to reinforce the collapsing positions. He's like, the hell is happening? He's damn strong. Wait. What? Whose arm? I'm confused. Is this Rokuomi's army that's collapsing, or is it Zhao? No. Oh, wait. That isn't Rokuomi. I can tell by the pattern on the, little thing around the neck. Yeah. So Rokuomi is actually winning. We're 60,000 strong here. And he's only got 40,000. The general, what was he? Kanshu? Or Ganshu? Never heard of him. He's a general? And his soldiers are just as well trained. Wait, never mind. Maybe I'm confused now. Okay, so, this is strange. This general, these troops, where have they been hiding up until now? Okay, so we're finally meeting Ganshu. Sounds like Gantu almost, but... Okay, so the Kano army, Immortal Kano, as I call him, hold them. If we fall here, they'll reach Kano-sama. To the last! If that bastard dies, he'll just come back. We already know. It's like, don't let him get back. We can't deal with another zombie outbreak. The bastard gets hungry. Cuckoo. Sorry about that. Uh, and we weren't even Zhao. Haha, they're not Zhao? Then where the hell did they. Wait, what? Ryokoku army. The first wave is having trouble reforming ranks. One wing has collapsed entirely. The second wing is sending reinforcements. How is this enemy so strong? We've never even heard of them before. The Zhao had another hidden army. Ryokoku, what is it? It's nothing big, but there's something I've noticed. The enemy commands have an accent to them. Accent? Yes. It's definitely nothing from Zhao. It's an Eastern accent. Said from the fact that they're from fucking China. Already. So further east. So, let's see. It's obviously not Han. So I'm thinking Key maybe, but likely Yan, right? And they said North Army, and Yan is further up north, so I'm thinking that's the case. Let's see here. The battle. This crazy looking motherfucker. Like, my god. It looks like he's literally. I know those are probably tattoos or scars or something, but they look like his eyes are just being held open with, like, little pieces of metal. The battlefield shall do something else. Or sure do be something else. Don't it, General Gan? Vice Commander Raybon. Even the soldiers are enjoying the slaughter. Vice Commander Shiketsu Sho. Yes. It was worth coming all the way out here, even if we had to stage a revolt. But one I wasn't really thinking because they were an ally. Sorry about that, King Oaken. The truth is, the men Rokuomi was fighting were actually soldiers of Ki. The king of Ki, Oaken, had told the imperial court that Ki would be a silent overseer or an observer in the war for China. But this only further enraged the military men who had been dissatisfied for years, and the three most impatient, impotent, maybe, all were Ganshu, Raybon, and Shiketsu Sho. Their armies had also trained ceaselessly, but with no opportunity to display their might, they were on the verge of exploding. It's kind of funny, I've said potent before. Raboku took advantage of this and invited Ganshu and his men to retreat, or to treat. All, all three agreed to join the war without a moment's hesitation. Zhao obviously compensated the soldiers generously, but they were setting off to war knowing they were committing treason. Nevertheless, an army totaling 15,000 soldiers set out of Ki. Okay, not a large army, but sizable enough, especially if they're well trained, that can make up for numbers sometimes. Adding to the 25,000 Zhao, they were an army 40,000 strong, but the main force was undeniably the most powerful volunteer soldiers from Ki. Faced with the Ganshu army, the Rokuomi army was being pushed back despite their superior numbers. In other words, the Ken army experienced another fall with the Rokuomi army. Dang. However, that fall was more than made up for by an advancing army north of Rokuomi. Okay, so this is what was being mentioned. The Osen army. Okay. Osen's opening tactic was to send former Han soldiers to the front lines to engage in exhaustive attrition warfare. As a result, the Zhao gained an advantage, but the Shibaso army has also thoroughly worn out. At that moment, or at that point, the order to charge in was issued to the reborn Osen's army. 2nd Division Captain Ankai. Okay, so we got a 2nd Division general now. And the 1st Division general Naraku. Okay. I know we've heard this name before, but I always think of Inuyasha. After facing annihilation at the Battle of Hongo, and the Osen army faces the Shipiso army in a fateful rematch, armed with new soldiers. Okay. So we've essentially got traders from Ki that joined up with the Zhao army via Raboku. Very clever indeed. So, with the revolt, did they just leave and are now going to be essentially like wanted men? Or is this going to be where they actually killed the king? If they killed the king, it's weird that we haven't heard of this before. This is like a big reveal, obviously. Because, like, taking over in a coup or whatever would be messy business. It could cause a whole system to collapse, and in this case, a nation. And Key isn't that big to begin with, so it falling is almost inevitable if that were the case. Especially losing such a sizable amount of its military force, so like the surrounding countries of Yon, for instance, would probably wipe them out, which then means, excuse me, Key wouldn't be able to perform its like back backstabbing actions in future wars, because that was a whole thing of like when they go to when King goes to invade Yan, they were going to have Key as a supporting role to kind of like create a front and back pincer maneuver should the need arise, but that may not be the case anymore, because either, for one, like I said, Key is either about to collapse because their king may have died or been deposed in some way. A revolt can be a few different things. He might have just been injured, or just it's an injury in terms of their military power because they just left. Which is option number 2, is that they don't have a strong military presence anymore, and this might lead them to fall due to not being able to defend themselves as time goes on. So, interesting. This is also kind of crazy given recent Chinese events. Kind of funny. It's like horror foresaw something. But anyway, I won't get into political things. But yes. So yeah. Trying to think. I love the Haishin unit and their like big morale boost helping because they needed it after the Yotanwa thing. And then of course, Roku Omi doing what he can, but against this particular foe, it seems like it's going to be some tricky business. They seem a little even at times, but overall, it seems like the evenness of, the offense and defense of the two opposing, like, overall armies is in constant flux of which one is truly going to be able to outdo the other. And given Raboku being the like powerful strategist that he is, I'm sure he has other tricks up his sleeve. I mean, the fact that he already brought in like a major powerful assassin of the Tim Bose level, bringing in allies essentially as treasonous reinforcements, there is no bounds to what this man won't do to protect his country. I mean, valiant as it may be, but good lord, crazy as a goose. Um, but yeah. But yeah, let me know your own thoughts and opinions. Anything I misunderstood, please let me know down below. Links down below for all my socials. And as always, later days. And until next time, Keishlings. Bye.